Hello there, and welcome back to another TI update for the world's biggest esports tournament about to kick off today. As you can see, Valve has released a couple of items on their blog, and the first one is that we're going to talk about is the international group stage. And so, as you can see here, this was released yesterday. There are 2 groups of 9, and each of them will play in a full round robin, 2 games against each opponent in the group, and the top 4 from each group will go into the upper bracket or the winners bracket, and then the next top 4 teams will go into the lower bracket or losers bracket. As you can see here, we have some really interesting matchups in the groups. So within Group A, we have Alliance, Aster, Evil Geniuses, Invictus Gaming, OG, the 2-time champions and looking for a 3-peat this year, T1, Thunder Predator, Undying, and Virtus Pro. And then in Group B, where I believe that PSG is going to wipe the floor with pretty much every team in here, except for maybe Secret. We have Beast Coast, Elephant, Fnatic, Quincy Crew, SG Esports, Team Spirit, and Vici Gaming rounding out that group as well. Moving on to today's update. You can see that Valve has announced that the international is arriving today, and the unfortunate thing is they've had to cancel the live event, and so refunded all the tickets. So it's just the players and the talent that are going to be in Bucharest for the event, but there are going to be some ways to interact and show our support for the teams and the players during the tournament. The cool thing is that this is going to be broadcast in 5 different languages. Around the world. It's going to be seen by millions and millions of people, and I can't wait to see the opening games kicking off in just under 7 hours from the recording of this video. And let's check out how we can actually watch. So obviously the new DPC website, so that's dota2.com/esports, is the best way to watch all the live streams, and you can have that as spoiler-free replays in there. That'll all be broadcast in the different languages that they now have available, but you can also watch it within the game as well. During the group stages, multiple games will be in progress at once, so everyone will be sort of playing a fair amount, and so especially with today's schedule, there's 4 games kicking off at 6 p.m. Australian time, and then there's another 4 games at 8 p.m. So to follow that, one of the cool things that they've added into the client is the Spectator Cheering, and this will come into Twitch as well later on. But at the top of the page, you'll be able to click on the logos for the teams that are playing and to show your support, and you'll be able to increase sort of like the crowd roar and things like that. So it'll be really interesting to see how that's implemented and how the players actually react to that as well. They've also teamed up with Sunsfan and Booker in terms of the Tooltips Twitch extension that they have developed, and that will be enhancing the experience for people who are watching on Twitch as well. The cheering mode isn't integrated into Twitch just yet, so that's only just within the client, but some really cool ways to show our support while the games are going on. So again, having a look at the dota2.com esports website, so this is the best place to watch everything. So the schedules, they've got all the matchups and things like that, and all the information that you need to have the best experience watching the international starting from tonight. So they have all the teams listed out here, and the teams that they're actually going to be playing against next. So we'll have a look at the group stages in just a moment within the client and check that all out. Okay, as you can see, for today's matches, we have a number of teams playing off against each other at the same time. So make sure that you have your player fantasy draft set. It's pretty much any card that you want to play today can be played. So all the groups are playing, all the teams are playing. So you will be earning DPC points the compendium points for your level up and earning those rewards. So first up, we have Evil Geniuses versus Team Aster, alongside Invictus Gaming against T1, Virtus Pro versus Undying, and then the tastiest match from this setup, I think, is going to be OG versus Alliance. So seeing Notal taking on S4 and the rest there is going to be really awesome to watch. Sumail and Nico Baby, some of my favorites. And then at 8 p.m. Australian time, we're going to see the rest of the matches being played out. So we have Vici Gaming, Fnatic, Elephant versus Beast Coast, PSG versus Quincy Crew, Team Secret versus Team Spirit. And then at 10 p.m, Evil Geniuses will be playing their second game of the night against T1. Invictus Gaming versus Undying, Virtus Pro versus Alliance, and then OG versus Thunder Predator. Then the following day, tomorrow, I'm going to scroll back up to the top. So this is at midnight Australian time. So Team Secret takes on Beast Coast, Feature Gaming versus SG Esports, Elephant versus Fnatic, PSG versus Team Spirit, and then at 2 a.m. Australian time we have Evil Geniuses versus Invictus Gaming, Aster versus Undying, Alliance versus Thunder Predator, Virtus Pro versus OG. That'll be a really interesting match too. So with an action-packed day one of games, we have a whole heap of things that we can look at in terms of increasing our compendium levels. So what we want to do is we want to ensure that our fantasy lineups is all set in terms of our player cards, and we probably want to actually set that for 8th of October as well, because games will go into the next day, and ensure that you're earning points for your compendium there as well. So make sure you fill out as many days as you possibly can. You can reuse cards from the previous day as well, and just check to make sure that you can see that those players are actually playing on those days. Just a reminder that the brackets will open up in just under 4 days time, and that's after the group stage is completed, and we'll see the top 4 teams from both groups, so 8 teams into the upper bracket, and then the next 4 teams from each group into the lower bracket there as well. Another thing that you also need to check out is your tournament predictions in terms of the heroes, teams. I'm thinking that PSG is just going to wipe the floor this tournament and finally get the Aegis that they've been looking for over the past number of years. And similarly with the players, I think PSG is probably going to be holding all the cards there. Tournament predictions there for myself. I don't believe this is too wild or anything like that, so should be really interesting to see how this performs. Now, just a reminder of the ways that you can actually earn points for your compendium. So obviously drafting your fantasy teams, to make sure you get those locked in ahead of time. You can see the schedules in terms of where everything is. You earn points for every tournament prediction that you have in there, so make sure you have everything in there. That's easy to do. Make your predictions in-game or on Twitch, and you can get points for the accurate guesses after the match is over. And then, of course, all the teams that you support through the Supporters Club, every time that they win, you'll earn points for your compendium as well. So if you're watching in client, you hit the watch tab in the client there. We can go to the home page here, so you can see first game up is going to be Evil Geniuses versus Team Aster, and you'll see the players that are actually playing, and this can line up for your fantasy draft as well. You can see the full schedule within the game. Obviously, you can see the standings, see how each group is performing and how each team is performing against each other. You can go into the live tab to see what games are actually playing at the moment. So these are going to be your key tabs within the client as well, to get all the information that you need to have the best experience with the international. So that's it for me for this TI update. I'm really looking forward to OG and Alliance kicking off our first match this evening. Let me know which games you're looking forward to the most, and I will catch you again very soon for another update.
I'm fucked!
Am I dead?
Amazing.
And take top tower. Oh, Chaos Knight's there.